It says it is important to critically examine the systems we operate within and the limitation they placed upon our ability to affect real change. And this is all Brother Kush has been saying. What is your real ability to affect change by way of economics? We can't make more money than the people who own the money. If money is the key, we'll never have enough of it. And this is how you keep us on a treadmill or running in the hamster wheel around and around in circles while we're not making any progress. Because if money is the answer, we'll never have enough money. We will never have enough. If education is the answer, we'll never be smart enough. If racial unity is the answer, we'll never be unified enough. Everything I'm about to say, you already know it to be true. You are a slave. You are a slave to money, to social economics, to status, to politics, to ideology. You have sold your soul to have a place in a world order that you should naturally oppose. Come on, man. So this is what the control opposition do, right? It does everything it can to maintain the status quo by allowing a controlled level of dissent that doesn't pose a serious threat to the existing power structure. Do Dr. Umar Johnson pose any threat to the power structure with his school? Say his school was built and up and running. What would it do? Because if it gets accredited, that means it got to teach the curriculum they tell it to teach. If it doesn't get accredited, that means it's a waste of time for your children to go to school because they got to go to school by law. So they got to go to school full-time by law. And so they're going to go to his school after they leave the other school for 7-8 hours a day and go to another school for 6 hours a day or something. What they going to do? And they got homework on top of that? So his school got to get accredited, which means it can only teach an allowed curriculum. It's just not what it says. To maintain the status quo by allowing a controlled level of dissent. He can call the school whatever he wants. It doesn't matter because they are going to control what you learn. The HBCUs. Yeah, you can call them historical black colleges and universities all you want. But they can only teach what the white folks tell them to teach. Tell me I'm lying. Yeah, you can't. So this is the problem with the control opposition. I'm going to give you a prime example. Think about every time these brothers try to tell y'all that black people were all over the globe, that all black people did not come from Africa. Who comes out against that? Do white folks come out against it? No. Do anybody else come out against it? No. You know who come out against that? Pro-blacks and Pan-Africans. Why? When blacks say, man, look, we are actually indigenous to the Americas and West Indies, as well as other places, right? Who come out against that? Pro-blacks and Pan-Africans.
What?
Why do they take it upon themselves to make that their mission to make sure that you don't believe that? See, this is diverting. Let me back up. Let me back this up. This is diverting attention away from the true issue at hand. This is undermining legitimate information by trying to associate them with fringe groups and discredit them, call these brothers who talk about we are indigenous Americans, call them crazy and they suffer from self-hate and all that stuff. This is what they do us. And they do all this to maintain the status quo that all black people come from Africa as slaves, which is something that is taught by white folks in universities. See, the whole pro-black Pan-African concept or curriculum is taught to them by allowed curriculums from accredited universities. They are given this from white folks. So what they doing is they trying their best to maintain that status quo for the power structure that they don't control. So are Pan-Africans and pro-blacks really on your side? I would say no. I would say no. Let me continue. I'm almost finished. Almost finished. So I asked the question of the generative artificial intelligence. I said, okay, I quote, I say, you said control opposition is the idea that certain groups of individuals who appear to oppose a particular entity or ideology are actually secretly working for or controlled by that entity. I say, okay. So when a person lives under a system that he is totally dependent on, man, I'm sharp. I'm sharp, bro. See, the thing is, I'm smarter than all you niggas. Y'all just hate that because I'm kind of hood. You know what I'm saying? I got a little gangster vibe by myself. Y'all can't stand the fact that I'm smarter than all y'all. Look what I ask him. I say, when a person lives under a system that he is totally dependent on, whose laws he must obey, isn't it technically true that any opposition to that system is a form of controlled opposition, since one can only oppose it within a set of limitations? Oh, tell me Brother Kush ain't bad. See, I know what I am. I know what I can bring to the table. Now I'm telling y'all, if y'all was to give me the support y'all give these clowns, we would change things, bro. We'll make moves. Straight up. Because I'm a mover. See, we can't do no talking because I'm not the kind of person. We're gonna make moves, bro. You know what I'm saying? So look what look what the artificial intelligence tell me based on the information that it pulls from psychologists and behavioral scientists and all this stuff, right? Look what it says. It says, here's a breakdown of why your perspective has merit. Your argument, it says, systemic constraints starts there. In any system, whether it's a political system or a social structure or even a workplace, individuals operate within constraints. Stop there. How can you oppose something that you totally depend on? See, as long as we depend on this system, there is no opposition to it. See, that's the point. As long as we want something from this system, there is no opposition to it. As long as what you desire only the system can give you, prestige, status, and stuff like that, wealth, as long as these are the things you want, there is no opposition to it. You can wrap it up and push it out any way you want. You don't oppose this system. Dr. Claude Anderson doesn't oppose this system. Dr. Boyce Watkins doesn't oppose this system. Jason Black doesn't oppose this system. Tariq Nasheed doesn't oppose this system. Minister Farrakhan doesn't oppose this system. Dr. Umar Johnson doesn't oppose this system. Blah, 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 blah doesn't oppose this system. Blah, 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 blah doesn't oppose this system. You can wrap it up however you want. And again, this applies across the board. I can apply this same logic to the red pill.
What?
The same logic. Let me continue. It says limited agency. These constraints limit the scope and impact of any opposition. Even seemingly radical opposition might ultimately serve to reinforce, come on, man, to reinforce the system by operating within its predefined boundaries. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. I mean, look, that's self-explanatory. Even the most radical form of opposition only serve to reinforce the system by operating within its boundaries. This is what Minister Farrakhan is doing. It doesn't matter what he says. He is operating within the system. He is not operating outside of it, people. He doesn't even preach anything outside of the system. Everything he preaches, economics and education and so forth. He doesn't talk about anything that doesn't come from the system. Come on, man. Y'all get mad at me all y'all want. I'm right. And y'all know I'm right. Co-opting dissent. The system can co-opt dissent by providing channels for safe dissent that doesn't threaten the core of the system. That's why they teach Pan-Africanism or Africana studies in college. Come on, man. I'm cooking. Come on, bro. I'm cooking. This is why they teach it in college. Because it doesn't threaten their system. You believing that you were subservient enough to these people to be their slaves that they dragged across a damn ocean does not hurt them. It helps them. Come on, man. It said it could co-opt dissent by allowing for opposition to focus on superficial issues while ignoring fundamental problems, like talking about the hood, like talking about education, like talking about we need better jobs. These are superficial issues. They got nothing to do with the real problem. Oh man, I'm cooking, bro. And it said it could co-opt dissent by creating the illusion of choice within a limited set of acceptable alternatives. You are operating within a limited set of acceptable alternatives. You're not doing anything outside of them. You're not doing anything that's a real threat to their system. None of you are. You red pill dudes, you're not teaching brothers to do anything that's going to help them in this situation dealing with women or dealing with black women if the dudes are black. You're not telling them anything. The sisters, y'all have been misled from jump, man. You know what I'm saying? I feel so bad for the sisters. I don't know what to tell y'all, bro, because as a man, y'all not going to listen to me, but y'all need help. See, I'm not like these dudes. I don't think it's funny what y'all going through, man. This stuff is horrifying, bro. Y'all need help. And I just don't know what to do or say to help you, because y'all not gonna listen to me. But y'all been misled from jump, from the beginning. Since Gloria Steinem came to what's her name? Phyllis, the black lady with the fist up that took the picture with, you know? I mean, y'all been misled from jump, bro. Y'all just been misled from jump. The black women have just been totally just wrecked mentally, man, and psychologically. And y'all been wrecked by these people y'all trust. Y'all been wrecked by black women that was coming under the guise of advocating on your behalf, that was doing nothing but indoctrinating you into a way of thinking and living that is counterproductive, not only in reality, but counter to your nature as a female. When you hear women talking about how they have no interest in getting married, that is not normal. I ain't talking about the word marriage. I'm talking about just getting a man. It is not normal for a woman to have anything that she finds more interesting in her life than a man. Just like it is not normal for a man to have anything that he finds more interesting than a woman, interested in his life than a woman. Now, people can have extreme hobbies, but these are outliers. These are exceptions. This is not the norm. The normal average person wants their boo and wants to chill. Or get mini boos. You know what I'm saying? And chill. This is the average person. The average person doesn't want to be alone. The average person doesn't want to work 80 hours a week. They don't find fulfillment in that. You don't find fulfillment in no damn job. What's being rich if you lonely, man? Come on, man. Y'all have been tricked, and y'all trying to normalize this stuff because you failed in the areas that's really important to you. And instead of you switching from these clowns that keep you going down a wrong track that you know you're not happy with going down, you don't want to come over here by Brother Kush. Instead of switching and coming over here, you say, no, I'm going to flag his channel. I'm going to end with this here. It says, it is important to critically examine the systems we operate within and the limitation they placed upon our ability to affect real change. And this is all Brother Kush has been saying. What is your real ability to affect change by way of economics? We can't make more money than the people who own the money. If money is the key, we'll never have enough of it. And this is how you keep us on a treadmill or running in the hamster wheel around and around in circles while we're not making any progress. Because if money is the answer, we'll never have enough money. We will never have enough. If education is the answer, we'll never be smart enough. If racial unity is the answer, we'll never be unified enough. Because we are broken. The concept of racial unity with us is dead. It ain't happening right now. What we just need is unity. What we just need is people of like minds that want the same thing out of life, regardless of their race. Because the concept of racial unity is not going to happen. They have broken that in us. We don't look at each other and see brothers and sisters anymore. Come on, man. Y'all know I ain't lying, bro. Y'all know I ain't lying. I'm going to end it with how I started it. Let me pull this back up. If you're a thug, go on, sure, shorty, rush a nigga. If you're a hustler, cop some weights and build your muscles, nigga. If you're a killer, then go ahead and leave them bloody, nigga. But you have to be a player and stop worrying about these other niggas. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Till next time, I'm out of here, I'm Brother Kush, a.k.a. the Black Alpha. Muscle on. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. And if you haven't seen part 1, click it on right now. Salam.